Alright, so these magnets that we're using are really strong, and we want to make this as easy as on us as possible. So if you place the magnet on a middle table, try to use a wood table, not a metal table. That's obviously if it was fully metal, but even metal underneath can affect it. If you give it a light spin or like a roll, you'll notice it'll tend to always point to one side. So I'm going to flip it opposite to what I see, and notice how it flips itself over, right? I'm going to turn it again. So I have tape on one side. I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to roll it, and notice it flips itself. So now we basically have this magnet aligned north to south. We're going to leave it just like that. We're going to take some tape, and we're going to tape around the back two magnets, but not the front one, because we don't want the tape to get in the way of the measurements we're going to be taking. So there we go. We have our magnets there. Now you're going to take this long piece of wire. You're going to find somewhere in the middle. Straighten it out a little bit. Make it nice and straight to make your life a little easier. And you basically want to run along it, but you don't want it to be tight. So let's pick one spot. And it's got to be pretty well spread out. So I'd say almost about 2 feet across. Maybe a little less than. Now that side's taped down. It might be a little bit out of frame, you might be able to see. But I'm not going to pull it extremely tight. I'm going to straighten it, and then I'm going to give it a little extra slack so that it can move. But we want it to be close to the magnet. And somewhere around the middle of the magnet. Now I'm going to tape this guy down. Should still be some slack in it. See how I can move it? Okay. So now we have our wire and our magnet set up. We're going to connect to the power supply. We're going to put this end right next to the where this resistor goes into that side of the board. So this is going to be our positive side. And then we're going to take the other end of our wire, we're going to stick that into our negative side, and that's going to give us a current running in a certain direction. And we should notice some kind of force acting on the wire once the current flows through it. There you go. So I moved up. The wire deflected upwards, it seems like to me. But you can make your judgment based on what your measurements are. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the wires and you're going to flip them. So what was now on the positive side, you're now going to put on the negative side, and you're going to flip it. So you're basically changing the current, and you should see a different reaction from the wire. Okay, now we're going to plug it in. Let's see if you can see the movement. Hopefully you can see what's happening when I plug it and unplug it. Be careful not to leave it plugged in for too long, because those resistors will get hot. And take note of which way the current is going, and also which way the magnetic field is pointing, and that should give you an idea of which way your wires should move. Good luck.